The former daughter-in-law of the Trump Organization's chief financial officer says she has boxes and boxes of documents for investigators after her contentious divorce. CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates has the story on how the bitter divorce proceedings between Jennifer and Barry Weisselberg wound up at the center of one of the most high-profile criminal investigations in history, the Manhattan District Attorney's probe into former President Donald Trump. And Graham joins me now with more. Graham, good to see you again. So Barry Weisselberg's father, Alan, is the Trump Organization's chief financial officer. Why are prosecutors interested in his documents?
Look, he's been with the company for almost 4 decades, and he's been at Trump's side as Trump managed the company for almost his entire career. And so if they're conducting a criminal investigation into the Trump Organization, one guy who would know as much as anyone about how the company operates and what's going on with the company is Alan Weisselberg. So one idea behind this, one theory behind this is they are trying to get information related to him or members of his family that might make him more willing to cooperate with their investigation.
Well, you spoke to Jennifer Weisselberg, who says she is working with investigators. What did she tell you?
Her divorce proceedings from her husband, Barry, who works for the Trump Organization and is, of course, Alan's son, left her with, as she described it, boxes and boxes of files related to his finances. And actually, she says Alan's finances as well, because the father provides a lot of support to the family, according to Jennifer. And so she said she actually hired a lawyer who used to work for the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and she hired a forensic accountant who had been a criminal investigator for the IRS for 2 decades. And she said she had them helping her sort through all of these financial documents, looking at bank accounts she didn't know about, she said, and P.O. boxes she didn't know about, she said, to try to figure out what might be relevant to investigators and proactively turn those materials over.
Well, Graham, what does all of this tell us about where prosecutors are in their Trump Organization probe and where it could be heading next?
It tells us that in one way that they're still in the information gathering stage. If they're still working towards getting a conversation with the CFO, it means that they're certainly not at the point where they need to question Donald Trump yet. But it also tells us that they're moving really fast and they're being aggressive. They just recently subpoenaed, at least she said, about 3 boxes worth of those divorce documents from her. And they were very specific. They said, we want the documents from the divorce that have to do with this account and this kind of, and credit cards and other financial aspects related to Barry and Alan, and also the Central Park rink that Barry managed for the Trump Organization. And she said they were also a separate set of prosecutors from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been in conversation with her about domestic violence allegations that she made against Barry last year. So she's talking to 2 different sets of Manhattan District Attorney prosecutors, and it's about the Weisselbergs.
All right. I know you're going to continue to follow this. CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates. Graham, thank you very much.
Thank you.